And I have fans waving hi down here. This is the out-of-town crew for tonight, and it's quite large considering. It is. And these fans come out pretty much every night. I don't even know how we attract such a large crowd. Actually, I do know how we attract such a large crowd. We have a great fan base. Anyways, if you saw 217 minutes on the clock, you're not mistaken. They're staying out for that much time. I sure do hope they change that, because that's going to leave me quite confused. Never mind, it says 20 minutes. I read that as 2:17 because it looks like a 7. The 0 kind of clocked out. The usual suspect to center, Chris Claycomb, and we're moments from starting this thing off. And as Claycomb wins it, Buki's going to take it in. Try to leave behind from Howard. Penn State Harrisburg able to quickly repossess. They're going to chip it in, leave it for Hayden Peoples. Peoples has to make a quick play. He just lets that get left along the wall. Penn State Harrisburg, errant pass play, and that is out of the Alvernia zone. Peoples back to collect. Claycomb and Bellantoni to the side. Goes to Bellantoni. Bellantoni across to Buki. Buki tries to get this one out, and good covering the puck on that. Buki's going to skid into the offensive zone. Buki takes a shot, deflected in the traffic. Chris Claycomb, he tries to get it back to Buki. Buki couldn't quite get it. Claycomb keeps it inbounds, as Harrisburg will now try to escape through neutral zone. Harrisburg in for a play, takes a shot. Lopez with the save. Way to stick out the leg, buddy. Buki trying to carry it out as Penn State Harrisburg attempts another break-in. Claycomb stops that one. It's centered out and chipped away by Clay. Claycomb playing defensive duties here, despite being an overly offensive player in his position role. Shot, that glances wide and just not near the net in any way, manner. That one's cleared out by Brendan Fergus. Fergus not able to quite get his hand on that one that time. Peoples leaves it behind. He chips that one across to Ciccarelli. Pips and the Chipmunks out for a line shift here as Ciccarelli skates. Ciccarelli's going to get that puck. Guarded along the wall. There goes Fergus. Fergus chips it out to Phil Juzwick. Phil Juzwick shot, and he scored! Phil Juzwick from the point, and that's Alvernia's first goal. Up 1-0 now, and what do you want to call that? I call it a game changer. Skate this one away, and the defensemen go first. Phil Juzwick. That is all you, man. All you, buddy. And with that in mind, Phil Juzwick's going to pad his stats here a little bit as we get back to action. I'll tell you what that goes to. As Ciccarelli wins that face-off to Juzwick. Conabier trying to cover. Juzwick and Conabier tries for out front, and that skids off the pads of Lopez. Trying to go around, back to Phil Juzwick. Phil Juzwick goes along the boards, finds Brian Pilple, pops up. Fergus tries to back out, shot from the point, and that goes just a little bit wide. He took it too quickly. Centering for something, and they try to go inside. Ciccarelli gets that one out of the zone, and Brian Pilple's going to chip it into the bench, nearly hit a player. Phil Juzwick has only his 7th collegiate goal here, but with Phil Juzwick's goal, as we mentioned before, he's now only 4 points from 40 career points. Someone want to give that man a round of applause, because that goal was electric. And remember, defensemen did really well here last year. TJ Sinchak, 2 goals on a 5-minute major as Penn State Harrisburg tries something. And an errant pass as Dom Garcia has room. He's going to break in. All out shot. That one blocked in the traffic. Jimmy Sparaccio. Sparaccio has that one blocked out. Vaughn Winter back to retrieve. Vaughn Winter working with Reese Wilson. Winter has to get it away from himself. Vaughn Winter hit him on the boards, but Dom Garcia's back to collect. Dom Garcia, quick move. And oh my God, the shifty hands there. You got to love it. Sparaccio gets that one out. There goes Mullen to chase. I believe, sorry, not Mullen. Either way, that one's black. That one's deflected back in by Alvernia. Shot back in, but what do you call that? We call that early momentum. That's my puck. I call it. My puck. G-Pack, get me my puck. As they get set at center to take the face-off, Mark Torrey, Andrew Denny on the one side, Mullen on the other. Penn State Harrisburg's going to get possession and try to play from behind their own net. Getting the pass over to the right side and tried for an escape now. They're in Alvernia's offensive zone, trying to set up, trying to get Lopez to move. Lopez does not move. He stands tall. And a brick wall by Lopez. Quickly clearing that puck is Denny. Andrew Denny gets that one out, and they're going to call it, I believe, offsides. Never mind, they're going to bring him all the way back here. And wonderful, we already have people getting pucks here tonight. That's a good sign. As Bellantoni has to go, Peoples goes back around. I thought Bellantoni was going to chase that one. Mullen gets shoved along the boards. Alvernia quickly reforms their defense. Hayden Peoples from behind the net. He's got it all alone. He's going to chip it, and that one's going to fall to 27. Trying to get that puck clear. Out goes Mark Torrey. Torrey has to just play it over to a Penn State player. Not ideal, but it works. Trying to cross pass all the way over to number 11. Intercepted by Mullen. Working with speed. Mullen goes in. He's poked up, or he's checked off that puck, I should say. But the puck's poked just off of him. Peoples. And losing a stick. That's my stick as well. All the luggage is going all over tonight. We've lost pucks. We've lost sticks. Next up, I'll get a glove. And Lopez with another stand-up save there was able to get down. And, you know, you love it when the luggage just goes flying all over. Chris Claycomb at center. That one's retrieved by Logan Buki. Buki has room. Buki has good hands. He's moving. Takes a shot, and that one deflects off a skate and goes wide. That puck into the benches, and we'll get another play here. Face-off probably on the inside, one would assume. Alvernia sends out Juzwick. Remember, Juzwick had the goal. Claycomb backed up by Maurer. Buki. And I believe Conabear is over on the other side. And yes, it is Conabear. And taken down there is Chris Claycomb, but quickly intercepted by Maurer. Maurer takes a shot and forces a save. Has to play it down, and that was a good shot by Maurer nonetheless. Way to challenge the goaltender and put some pressure. Take it away from Alvernia. Phil Juzwick skates back to try to get the puck. He pokes it away. Conabear tried to get back in time, but Penn State Harrisburg got the shot off too quick. Skidded across the net line. Lopez was ready, and I hit the netting. Face off to come. And the mean slap and the mean shot from Phil Juzwick earlier just had to be absolutely challenging to get past Harkins, who is normally a pretty good goalie in net. He has a couple years of experience being a sophomore. That shot, Lopez makes a 6th save. Beautiful by him. Way to read it, Lopez. And that one's out front. Falling on top of it is Juzwick. And Juzwick had sticks going all over his helmet. And Penn State was not too happy, but their protest lead to nothing but silent hearing as we get a face-off. And a rare face-off from Fergus. Fergus pops this one back around the boards by Conabear. Conabear gets into this huddle to try to get it out and poked away by Fergus nearly. Conabear back to get it. He's in the huddle again. And Alvernia touches up, penalty upcoming, and we assume that's going to go against Brian Pilpel. Okay, out of all the Billy Joel songs you chose this one. And sorry, no, they called Conabeer on the play. Probably for something happening in the huddle there, trying to get the puck loose. That's a good question. I think they're trying to sort out this penalty quickly. Ref has to say it a couple of times, and I'll blame him. I'm equally confused as to why Conabeer is in the box. He was nowhere near the front net play, where all the action was earlier, but oh, and the ref's going to sort something out here. Has lots of confusion about what exactly happened, and they pull up a 5-minute major. And they say it's two. They got to fix the clock. All right, it's a 2-minute minor. Good news, only a 2-minute minor, but oddly Conabeer is sitting in there, and for what we don't quite know, Penn State Harrisburg is going to win the faceoff. First power play of the game for them. Alvernia sends out their power play killers. Reese Wilson's a very good one. Darn good at his job. That Bellantoni's going to get in there, and oh my God, he really takes that puck away. And Lopez with the nice pad save as that's cleared away. And if you're Alvernia right now, you're breathing. You're breathing a nice sigh of relief. Minute and a half left to go on the power play, or on the penalty to Conabeer, I should say. Skating in is Harrisburg. Harrisburg going around, trying to find room. Nobody in, nobody around. On the outside, they go to 57. Cross pass to 90. Number 90 at the center, back to 27. 27 on the inside, back to 90. He's going to try to go to center point. He has to go to 27. Garcia hunting. Hunting down is Baraccio. Baraccio shot, and that one glances wide. That was off the post. Tony goes reaching for it, and they're going to call that. They're going to call a stop there. I believe the puck was played by a hand there. Fergus at center. Juzwick gets that one cleared to as far as the edge of the offensive zone. Finally, Brendan Fergus does it, and we're down to 1 minute left on the power play. 1 minute to go. Harrisburg goes back to collect. They got to get down ice quickly if they want to get this and make this power play worth it, because Alvernia's been very good on the kill. Number 86 through. Trying. Crossing pass, and no! Lopez stands tall. The brick wall does not move. And an incredible save by him. No stick. Lopez saves again. And that was cleared out by Ciccarelli, and they're going to stop play here. That comes loose, and it's buried. And Lopez with the save. And he has looked electric in the net, and you have to love it. And that's why you give this man the starting position. Penn State Harrisburg plays on the edge. 22 slap shot off the pads. Lopez out in front. Gets ready. Lopez was set. He makes another save. Phil Juzwick back to collect. Juzwick. He's pinned up against the boards. Out comes Penn State Harrisburg. Pumped away again. That time by Hayden Peoples. Phil Juzwick goes back for it. Rest arm is up. There's another penalty. I assume to Phil Juzwick. Or Hayden Peoples. Shot. And it's in the back of the net. That one buried. And able to bury this one was number 6, Paul Smith, the forward from Dolphin, PA. There will be no penalty, and Conabeer will be out of the box pretty much. And to say that all is right with the world right now would be an understatement for either of these teams, as deadlock is not where they want to be, but especially Alvernia. And if you're the Golden Wolves, you want to get this back on your horse and capitalize on the slow start for Harrisburg and get another one as they finally tick that goal on the board. And that one was by Paul Smith, the forward from Dauphin, PA. And that name I can understand because the letters are a little bit nicer. But Buki doing a nice turn to try to shield the puck. Claycomb try to get it back. Reese Wilson's going to go back to retrieve it. Wilson from behind the net, looking for options. He goes along the boards to Maurer. Maurer tries to bat it down. It's still in play. Maurer gets down. Claycomb. They're making him run circles all of his own. Shot. That deflects off a Penn State skater. And they're going to start moving this puck up the other way. Maurer shoots it in. It's going to go off the back wall. And Maurer quickly able to get there and keep the puck off anybody's stick. Not ideal, but nice. And Lopez deflects that off his pads. Reese Wilson trying to shield the player from getting an offensive chance. And missing that was number 21. He couldn't quite link up on the pass. Trying to come around, but leaving that puck loose. Claycomb lost it there for a second, but putting pressure to retrieve it back was Reese Wilson. And Wilson goes down, trying to go around the net. Shot deflected and off the pads, or not the pads, sorry, the skates of Reese Wilson there. Wilson's going to clear this one. And no, just on the blue line. And Buki lays a nice hit there. Oh, my Lord. And they're going to call that. And I'm confused as to how that's a penalty. It didn't look like he led with the shoulder to the head, and the hit was completely legal. And they're going to have Buki sit on a hit. Halfway through this first period almost, we're tied at 1 apiece as Penn State Harrisburg is going to go back up for another 2 minutes. They scored last time they were on this power play. Let's see if Alvernia can cover. That one goes back. Penn State to play from the point. 22 to 12. Back to 22. 22. Playing passing game. Just trying to kill off some time. Shot! And Lopez. And it squeaks by. And a nice squeaker. That puts him on top. 12 seconds in. And Penn State Harrisburg off to an early lead. Goal by Kevin Zadiak. I believe no one would have not suspected Kevin Zadiak to score. It would be an odd night if he didn't. And now Alvernia sits behind by 1. And Alvernia needs to get a little bit more offense. And this is what we said, right? Don't draw the penalties. The penalties are going to kill you. And they got drawn into the antics. It's trying to play defense. Shot off the post there, or the netting, I should say, not the post. Zadiak. And that one's going to go off sides there. Alvernia can't touch up until Penn State touches up. Sparaccio and Waldron in. Sparaccio trying to go around the boards. Bellatoni gets in the way. Bellatoni has the puck. He's going around the net, trying to go out in front with the shot there and squeak it in. Just couldn't do it. Back to Phil Juzwick, and the net's off its bearings. Just past the 10-minute mark now. Halfway through this first period. Alvernia started off with a good goal by Phil Juzwick, followed by Paul Smith and Kevin Zadiak for Penn State Harrisburg. Phil Juzwick's back out there, and 2 costly penalties just led to Alvernia dropping the lead very early in a game that they desperately would like to have it. Conabier tried to get that one over to Mullen. Mullen just not open at the time, a little bit too short. Andrew Denny out there. Phil Juzwick goes back to collect. Option to Conabier. Conabier to Mullen. Mullen not able to get a hold of it. Mullen lost the puck. Penn State's the play. Goes off the glass. And Andrew Denny trying to go back around. Pinned between Torrey and Conabier. Juzwick trying to apply pressure. Back to center point. Trying to reform the defense. Shot. And that's going off the netting. We'll get a reset for a face-off. Face-off to come from Torrey. Torrey wins that face-off, but Penn State quickly able to grab it as soon as Alvernia had it. Juzwick paddles that one over to Denny. Denny along the boards. That one's free and blocked off of Conabier. What an amazing play by him to get out in front. And that one's out. Andrew Denny trying to go and retrieve it. It falls to Mullen. Mullen squeaks that one. That one goes high and off the rooftop there. And play will stay at center. No, a goal was not scored, but we are going to see a center face-off. For anyone just tuning in, the score is 2-1. Phil Juzwick opened it up for Alvernia after they win the face-off here. With a nice goal from the point. Got it right past and able to squeak it in. Followed by goals then for Penn State Harrisburg from Paul Smith and Kevin Zadiak on 2 power plays. Alvernia taking some costly penalties early that just have not panned out well for them. And they've stayed out of the box ever since, but they're playing from behind now. That goes off the glass, deflecting along the boards. Vaughn Winter chips it around. Finding Reese Wilson. Wilson pressuring. Buki gets a nice clear. Buki trying to get a hold of that puck as Penn State Harrisburg tries to go back in. And laying him down early. And no call on the play as the ref nearly got backed into there. Are you good, ref? That puck sent in and around. Options for Winter or Wilson. Winter leaves it. Out front. Nice save for Lopez. Lopez standing tall, chipped along the glass and just cleared. And probably a good thing. Alvernia looked, as that's icing, unfortunately. Alvernia looked under pressure there. NHL 2017, folks. One of my favorite songs from NHL 2017 right here. I'm doing a Toronto Let's Play on my other channel, so that's awesome. Chris Claycomb at center. And this music is just so nostalgic. Claycomb not able to quite win that one, but Penn State not able to quite get their shot off either. Claycomb blocked too, and that's over to Buki. Buki's loose. Buki goes in, and he scores! Logan Buki with the nice deep dive and shot, and we're tied. Make that point number 115, and he is 5 away from 120. Logan Buki, folks. Alvernia's all-time leading points leader. Does it again. Ciccarelli at center. Fergus. Ciccarelli to the side. Pilple's out there. Pips and the Chipmunks. We haven't seen this line for a little bit because of all the power plays and penalties, but they're back out there now looking to make an impact. And a solo goal by Buki to pat an amazing tie and goal here early to keep Alvernia level. 2 costly penalties. Buki says, no problem. I'll go solo. And that will probably go down unassisted, I assume, as Ciccarelli gets a hold of that puck. Ciccarelli, he's in. Ciccarelli tried to find an option of Fergus. He took a shot, I believe, there. It was just a little bit too soft, nothing to really challenge the goalie. Shot by Bellantoni, blocked in traffic. And Bellantoni, he's on the hunt for points. Bellantoni goes back to try to retrieve the puck, though. And a slam hit! Slam dunk on that hit by Bellantoni. Able to level him along the glass. Shot deflected by Bellantoni. Bellantoni finds a pass to Pips, not quite there. Bellantoni gets laid out there for a second. Shot, deflected off the pad, shot again across. Alvernia gets that one though. Sparaccio gets it out. Sparaccio going down ice. Sparacio's let loose. He has the nice deep dive shot. And oh, Garcia was there, but couldn't put it in the back of the net. Back goes Phil Juzwick to try to get some defense set here. Harrisburg in the offensive zone. Shot. Going wide. Sparacio loose. Garcia. 2 defenders waiting. Shot. Wide again. Sparacio has the puck. Back to Garcia. Garcia can't quite keep a hold of that one. Juzwick, that one pops up. There goes Waldron. Waldron couldn't quite keep hold of it. Penn State Harrisburg goes back the other way. Harrisburg looking for options, none open. Finally a loose puck to them, and they quickly clear it away for some odd reason. That's poked right through. There goes Waldron. And that's out, forcing Penn State Harrisburg to reset here. The Lions try to go in again. Intercepted by Juzwick of the Golden Wolves. And this game is level thanks to an awesome goal by Logan Buki and an earlier shot by Juzwick. Penn State Harrisburg behind the net trying to set something up here. No options. They try to go out to the far side. Blocked by Andrew Denny. Andrew Denny is loose. Out comes the goalie to try to play. It is behind. Andrew Denny set something up out in front. No! Penn State Harrisburg tried to set it up again. Couldn't do it. Penn State Harrisburg waiting. Reese Wilson just clears that in. And smart options from the veteran defender. Intercepted. Denny tried to put it in the back of the net. Not there. Intercepted again, and the Tory line is all over Penn State. Taken down. No call. Wilson sends that over to Mullen, not Conabeer. Penn State Harrisburg has to get it out of there quickly. Being chased and hunted. And that goes all the way back to Reese Wilson. There goes Buki. He's let loose again. Gets stopped this time. And that's a call. They tap the glass. And let's see who sits. Sorry, nobody. Yes, someone will sit. Number 12. Colin Myers, a defenseman, will sit for Penn State Harrisburg for the time being. At center, Chris Claycomb. Alvernia's turn to be on the power play here. Claycomb not able to win the faceoff and quickly cleared out. Lopez sends that one back, trying to leave it behind for Maurer. Maurer and Bellantoni working along the backboards. Deflected. Solo for number 6. Paul Smith already has a goal. He's knocked off it, though. Bellantoni taking it slow. Bellantoni lost the puck there for a second. And in a neutral zone, comes back Penn State Harrisburg in the offensive zone. Chips it along. That one goes behind Lopez. Maurer waiting. Maurer to Bellantoni. Bellantoni trying to cross to Buki. Buki is in alone. Buki trying to do it again. Buki had some magic earlier. Goes across. Claycomb takes a shot. It's blocked. Kept in by Buki. Buki tries to fight it back to Claycomb. Chipped along the boards, along the glass, I should say, and back to Carson Lopez, who quickly clears it. Buki options for some room here. Leaves it to Maurer. Maurer loses it. Reese Wilson quick to collect. Wilson to Maurer. Back to Buki. Buki waits for an option. Shot! That goes wide. Going back forward is Buki. Buki along the boards, trying to not get it loose. Finds an option in Reese Wilson. Wilson, though, not able to keep a hold of it. That goes back for Phil Juzwick. Quick to retrieve as Alvernia gets some changes here. Dom Garcia comes on as Chris Claycomb comes off. So does Ben Maurer. Ben Maurer optioning for Jimmy Sparaccio. Penn State Harrisburg here. Shot! And oh, that one just got caught in the traffic and went wide off a stick. Dom Garcia. He's trying to escape. He had a goal in the last game. He's optioning for his own offensive push. And oh! Able to stop that one, but that was dangerous. take this face off. Out comes Fergus. Hilpel, Ciccarelli, Bellantoni, and Peoples are his options. Penn State Harrisburg, though, able to win this one. Trying to knock him off it and find options. Nobody home was Fergus. Chip back in, waiting for a touch-up here. Trying to intercept the puck here. And all over Penn State now is Alvernia. Pips and the Chipmunks.
Shoot better.
Looking for a debut single here. And boy, the fans can hardly stand the wait. This goal can't be late. Out comes Penn State Harrisburg. Option at center, shot! Oh, and wide and off the glass. Carson Lopez was ready, though. Hilpel out into the offensive zone, trying to chase them. Penn State Harrisburg, though, through neutral. Into Alvernia's offensive zone. John Bellantoni with the slick hands there. Jimmy Sparaccio goes back. Quick move. And able to get it back. Trying to find an option. He shoots. And off the netting. Here we go. Dom Garcia with the face-off. Able to shoot that one, and it just went off the pads. That's deflected out. 1 minute left to go here. Alvernia in the first period, able to get the first goal and the tying marker. The man responsible for the first goal, Phil Juzwick, but the man responsible for that tying marker, Logan Buki, went solo and set that one so far back, the goalie couldn't track it. Deke, dip, dive, and score. That's chipped out. Wilson back to counter number 57. Shot off the glove of Lopez. Going back the other way is Keith Waldron. Waldron couldn't quite hold it. Down to 40 seconds to go here. Chipped out. Not quite yet. Vaughn Winter. And they're going to call something. I believe it was offside. Hey, I was listening to this on the bus. There you go. Now you're picking songs I like. Options to change. Torrey wins this face-off, sends it back though. Penn State Harrisburg to collect. 30 seconds to go. Harrisburg, quick to try to respond here. They want to go into the intermission with the lead. Out comes Denny, Andrew Denny. Denny's had a couple of good looks. Denny loses it. Through the rest legs, takes a shot. Oh, and that's out front. Back to Reese Wilson. Reese Wilson, shot through traffic, blocked. 5 seconds to go here. And that's the dinger at the end of the first. Alvernia came out scoring. Phil Juzwick. A quick response by Paul Smith. And Zadiak. Logan Buki, though, solo to the net. He deeped, he deked, he dived, he scored. And we're waiting on Pips and the Chipmunks for their debut single goal. Folks, we'll catch you back in about 15 minutes here. Until then, puck drop seconds away now. Chris Claycomb to center. And we're off. Face-off won by Penn State. Trying to get away with this one and skid it into the back end of the zone. To fetch is Bellantoni. Bellantoni sends that to the waiting arms of Penn State Harrisburg's own number 4. Back to 22. Shot. Deflected into traffic. Shot again, and Lopez swallows that one whole. I've been a cowboy. Face off to come. This one's won by Alvernia. Chipped out. and trying to find an option for Book. Doesn't matter. Maurer gets it. Maurer goes in. Maurer shot. Nice save. And shot save. Maurer able to put some pressure on and remind Penn State Harrisburg, we're not going anywhere. You'll still get us for another 39 minutes. Face off to come, Chris Claycomb. Claycomb goes back to point, shot, out in front, shot again, chip behind him, and oh my God, what a save! Absolutely sensational by the goaltender for Penn State Harrisburg. Going in, trying to wrap around, was Harrisburg. Harrisburg has an option shot. That goes around, the netting comes loose of its bearings, we get a stoppage. Don't forget to get Frozen Puck merch. I think it's available. I just don't know where, but I've been told it's available. I'm sporting this, and it looks awesome. Here comes the face-off. As they organize these gentlemen right here. A little bit of fighting between Maurer and number 57. Minor stuff. They're going to sort that out quick. Maurer's going to go behind, just loosen up some pressure. And a win there for Penn State Harrisburg on the faceoff, and that's in the back of the net. And a quick shot from number 30, I believe it was. 34. Jacob Juan, the Beijing native, has his first goal of the season. And he's feeling happy about that one, I would presume. 3-2 the count, and it has been an absolute shootout between these two teams. Fergus to center. And yep, you know what time it is. It's time for Brian and the Chipmunks flying. Pips is out there with Fergus and Ciccarelli. Nice chip in around the boards. We've only gone by about 2 minutes. That goal, that one shot blocked. Quickly moving out. And I'm sorry if there's a little bit of lag. We don't have any free Wi-Fi here as that's arms up. And I think we have someone going to the box for slashing here. We'll see who they send over. And it looks like it's gonna be Phil Juzwick. Juzwick making his case, but refs want nothing to do with it. Alvernia will go down a man. Reese Wilson, Brendan Fergus, Nathan Ciccarelli, and Hayden Peoples. And they're going to need a quick response here, Alvernia, if they don't want to go down by too much. At 18:47, the clock reads. I wish it wasn't broken. 2-minute penalty handed out to Phil Juzwick for slashing. And reaching for that puck was Ciccarelli. And down goes. And now that we know his name, based off the fact that he moved away from the mic a little bit, we can get on with the festivities here. As that puck's cleared by Brendan Fergus, all the way down it will go. Right to the pads of number 31. Max Harkins, sorry, not Marks, Max. I see the KS, M-A-K-S, I'm like, what? My brain's thinking Marks, but it's Max Harkins. Either way, from the center, shot. Penn State Harrisburg looming around the net. They're looking for something juicy. Shot again around the boards. Hayden Peoples able to deflect this out. There goes Nathan Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli and Fergus in stride. Ciccarelli chips it around the board before he gets knocked off the puck, and he goes down early on that one. Back goes Harrisburg. Harrisburg looking for options. Optioning to center. Waiting. Shot blocked by Peoples. 43 seconds left on the power play. 17 and a half to go here in the period. Shot again, or sorry, not shot, pass. Pass to the far side. Pass to center. Pass across. They go. Harrisburg with the passing game. Shot! And another penalty. There it goes, I believe. Yes, ref's time is up. And Alvernia's going to go to the box. They're going to wait as long as they can before touching this. So they don't go on the 5-on-3 too long, and they'll go on 5-3. It'll be a 5v3 for Penn State Harrisburg here for 14 seconds. NHL 17, another song. We're still figuring it out. I'm a big nostalgia guy for hockey stuff, so. At the face-off dot. Is that Torrey, I believe? Or sorry, Sparaccio, excuse me. Shot off the pads. Lopez with a great save. 5-on-4 ensuing right now as with a minute 45 left on the 5-man advantage for Penn State Harrisburg here. Almost 3.5 gone by in the second period as Penn State tries to go around the boards. Centering shot. Oh, and he whiffed on it. And at-whiff's going to give Alvernia a chance to clear and get a breather. Coach Borelli calling all the unit off and getting the secondary out. Penn State being quick about it. They know they have a chance to potentially get something here. Trying to chip it across. Tom Garcia. One for the attempt to glove it down, but not there. And they're staying on the Penn State Harrisburg crew, keeping them to the outside. 1 minute left on this penalty. They go up ice. Penn State Harrisburg going north. Trying to center for something, going around. Nothing hope. Back to the point for number 90. Across. The passing game goes on for Penn State Harrisburg here. Trying to get Lopez dislodged. Not happening, they say. And that puck's going to skid out of the zone and force them to go back the other way. Ciccarelli following number 86. 25 seconds on the man advantage for Harrisburg. They have a break-in, but Phil Juzwick is back. Shot. Nice save by Lopez. He swallowed that whole. And Lopez has said before he likes to eat his pucks for breakfast whole. Juzwick and Conabier taking on the final defensive duties for the 4-man group out here. Ben Maurer to center. Logan Buki. And this puck's cleared out. Buki's trying to get loose. And no call. But puck in the benches. Face off to come right there pretty much. 7 seconds. A man advantage play for Harrisburg. And Maurer will take this. No changes to the unit for Alvernia. Penn State Harrisburg trying to use the last seconds for something, but nothing coming of it as Conabier goes back the other way. Conabier goes around the boards, finds Phil Juzwick. Juzwick to Conabier. Conabier. Over to Buki. Conabier's been described as selfless. I would agree based off his play here tonight, and he set up some pretty good people. Claycomb. To Buki. Buki couldn't quite get a hold of it, but it's kept it by Conabier. Conabier takes a shot and sends that one flying to the glove of Harkins. Good shot by Conabier. Even better save by Harkins on that one. Claycomb to center. He's faced off against 88. Not our Jimmy Sparaccio, as that puck goes along the glass. Or rather, Carter Sherrick, I believe it is. Reese Wilson out of the zone, trying to get back in, but clears it to a Penn State Harrisburg player. 5-man apiece. 6 minutes almost gone by here, down to 14-20. Lopez has a save. He saves it again, and oh my God! Unbelievable. The Great Wall of China is in that net right now. Unmovable and untouchable. Calling for a back door, not there anymore, coach. Buki to Winter. Winter gets robbed right out from under him. Doesn't matter as Reese Wilson clears it in. Wilson gets hit hard. Refs don't call it. Working in the defense, Vaughn Winter and Reese Wilson go back to collect. Left behind by Lopez. Lopez gets it to Vaughn, Winter to Wilson. Wilson, oh, he stops that play from happening. Shot off the pads of Lopez, off the netting for a stoppage. And Miserlou's playing. Never mind, it's not Miserlou. I actually was excited. Instead, it's the rip-off rebrand that just, I don't get. Any of my classic music guys, though, knows the King of Surfing guitar. Miserlou's awesome. Around the net it goes. Vaughn Winter to collect. Vaughn Winter pinned up along the boards. Penn State Harrisburg going to get center. Doesn't matter. Hayden Peoples is going to chip that off the glass and out. Cross pass to number 18. Harrisburg trying to re-enter. Harrisburg's pinned. Shot again. Nothing there. Vaughn Winter once again playing defensive duties. And Vaughn Winter is hauled down. No call, interestingly enough.
Come on, ref!
And around the board they go. Harrisburg trying to set something up here. They're going out front, trying to center for something. No, nobody home. Lopez and Alvernia get away clean. That puck goes too far. Icing call will go back the other way. All right, this going for now. This is a good one. And to my surprise, no penalty calls, as well as also Lopez still being a brick wall. To my surprise, Lopez has been solid, despite a full offseason plus a game. Play comb at center. 2. Oh, that voice is dead, bro. Oh, and out comes a break. Buki lost a little bit of speed on the back. Alvernia being very conscientious about their defense here, as well as when they take chances. Maurer and Hayden Peoples comes away with it on the escape to Bellantoni. Bellantoni nearly lost it, but keeps it in zone. Out comes Harrisburg. Harrisburg gets poked away. Hayden Peoples has to defend 2 men. Doesn't matter. Only one open, and Lopez! What an acrobatic save! And no, folks, this is no circus, but this is certainly a show itself. Mullen tried, and a penalty coming. Harrisburg will sit for 2 on a boarding call. They'll send 98 to the box and say goodbye to Justin Yothroff, the first man of the night to go in for Harrisburg. And Alvernia's chance to get even. A chance where they can settle the score. 11 and a half to play. Dom Garcia to center. His opposite, number 43, Andrew Zabalski. Another holdover from last year that many of you remember. Phil Juzwick back to collect. Juzwick to Sparacchio. Sparacchio goes in. He has options and room. Sparacchio drives the net, shoots it just a little bit too wide. Not a bad read, just not a very good one on his part. And a passing option might have been better if he didn't want to encroach towards the net. Phil Juzwick from behind the net. Sbaraccio and Garcia options. Sbaraccio, a minute and a half left on the power play to go. Here's Garcia. Garcia is in, going around, leaves it behind. He keeps hold of it. Sorry, I thought he left it for Jimmy. And that's out. Penn State tried for a break. Sbaraccio and Wilson don't have to skate too hard because Lopez clears it. Lopez playing with fire. But it pays off as Pips is coming back the other way. Brian Pilpel. Pilpel shot off the mask. Unbelievable. And they want a call here. Alvernia wants a call. They're not going to get it. Back to the point, and they lose the puck on that one. Lopez has to play. He came out, and he makes a save. The brick wall stands tall. 42 seconds. And sorry, still counting, but with 42 seconds left on the power play for Alvernia. Now we get an icing. Penn State Harrisburg gets set, trying to form something up, but alas, the puck goes out of play. And once again, folks, we apologize about the lag. I have no free internet here, unfortunately. They're all password protected. Up into the rafters, and that puck's gonna come back. 9:49 left to play. 15 seconds left in the power play. Harrisburg's on top by 1. Thanks to the Beijing native, Huang. At center, Claycomb. The line that's famous so far for this game, thanks to the Logan Buki goal. Shot, that one pops up. And dangerous play there, playing it with the hands, could have been an own goal. And Buki takes a hard tumble into the back there. As the power play ends for Alvernia, folks want to call for that, and I don't blame them. And that puck's just cleared in. And Buki's laboring off the ice, and I can't blame him. This puck comes back the other way. And Buki looks in. Buki's kind of laboring there. And this is a style of play you are going to see for Penn State Harrisburg. And the refs can't let this stuff kind of go and get away with, but alas, Penn State Harrisburg can be very sneaky about how they do these plays. That puck's cleared out. Mullen to Von Winter. Winter. A cross pass to Torrey. Torrey shot, save, and held on to by Harkins. .901 to go. As Andrew Denny plays this, he tries to play out to somebody, nobody home. Mullen frees that puck up for Pilpel. Pilpel doesn't get the read. It's Von Winter and Reese Wilson trying to retrieve the puck. Penn State being very shifty. Trying to go in, cross pass, doesn't quite get to their own number 32 as Denny takes a fall right there. From behind the net they work, trying to center out front. Nothing home. Penn State Harrisburg gets around after dropping a stick was Von Winter. Shot from the point, nothing there. Reese Wilson and Alvernia's been very good defensively. just trying to chase that puck down with anything. They know how important it is. Shot out in front. Lopez with the save. Lopez saves it again. Off the glass. Lopez gets saved again.
They got fresh legs. Second period saves. They got fresh legs.
And oh, Alvernia's going to get this one away. Mullen cross pass to Garcia. Denny, sorry. Cleared in. Alvernia sends out Pilpel, Ciccarelli, Fergus, and Conabier, as well as Phil Juzwick. Offsides the call. At center they meet Brendan Fergus. Penn State Harrisburg able to win the faceoff. They're going to try to go offensive here. 7:15 to go. Passing play, Ciccarelli dumps it in. Ciccarelli collects his own puck. Pilpel loses it there, and that's going to force Alvernia out and Penn State Harrisburg the other way. Harrisburg going north, but Juzwick beats him back. And trying to play it off of Lopez's pass. I don't know what he was going for there. Pilpel and Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli made famous last year with Brian Pilpel's help, thanks to a couple good plays those two had. And Ciccarelli came across for that one, same with Fergie. Oh my Lord, that was amazing. But Ciccarelli, a household name here at Alvernia now, definitely. As that puck's cleared in and around. Sparaccio leaves it for Dom Garcia. Garcia back to collect. Garcia sends it around to Sparaccio, returning the favor. Trying to center out front, nothing home. Conabier back to get it. Conabier sends it in. Have I tripped over my words there for a sec? Penn State Harrisburg. It's a 3v2. Sparaccio and Lopez will cover. Looks like we have 5:48 to go. Claycomb, not able to win this face-off. Back to Penn State Harrisburg. Harrisburg tried for a shot, no one home. They're working around to the best of their ability on this one. And Alvernia able to retrieve that puck. Harrisburg's all over them, but it skids out, which is good news for Alvernia. As they'll send it back in, though, Bellantoni has to collect. Bellantoni. Here comes number 18. From the place not Juzwick, I say. Well, Juzwick did make that place famous, actually, this game. But TJ Sinchak made famous last year. And they're going to call that.
It's got to be on white, right?
And escorting number 18 to the box, I believe that is.
I think it is.
Luke Zabalski, I believe it is. Or sorry, Schmesler, I think it is, Luke Schmesler. I'm trying to pronounce that to the best of my ability. I believe the last name, though, is Luke Schmesler. Garcia at center in an attempt to tie it up. These boys have 2 minutes to work with. And that one goes out. Back to play is Lopez. Lopez in net. Juzwick behind it. Juzwick has to turn around. And I don't know what just happened there, but okay. 4:45 to play, now 4:40. Pilpel, across pass. Sparaccio shot. That one pops up high. Out in front waiting for Fergus. Fergus to Sparaccio to Garcia. Excuse me. And Garcia gets beat on the pass there to chip it out. Juzwick to play. 1 minute almost gone by here on the Alvernia power play. Dom Garcia couldn't read it, and that one's chipped back in. Out comes Brian Pilpel. Pilpel tried to cross it over to Claycomb. Claycomb is back. They'll try with the Buki line. Buki line did do some damage in that first period. They're hoping they can add the tying marker here in the second. Out front, try to chip it in was Claycomb. That one goes around for Jimmy Sparaccio. Sparaccio's puck to play. He goes back to Logan Buki. Buki gets pushed, or shoved, I should say, to the ground. Claycomb and Sparaccio along the boards along with Buki. Trying to knock it loose. Buki. That one's chipped to Bellantoni. Bellantoni from center point. Bellantoni shot! Deflected off the glass, but a nice glove save to push it up by Harkins. And what's going on? Whoa! There's some action going on down there. And the extra and into the bench and trying to nail a player on that one. Yikes. That one goes back to Bellantoni. Bellantoni over to Buki. Buki waits. Back to Bellantoni. Shot! Ew! And nearly in the back of the net, was it? cleared out by Penn State Harrisburg, but my God, Bellantoni had quite the shot on that last one. We're down to 3 minutes here in the second. Buki, slapper, goes wide. Bellantoni links up to Buki. Buki out in front, tries to stuff attempt. Falling on top, and they're gonna see where this lands. And now the refs are assessing as to where this puck was. They lost it into traffic there. Talking to the goalie. And I guess it didn't go in far enough. Penn State wins the faceoff. We're back to 5-on-5 play here. Trying to skate out now and cause an escape. Penn State Harrisburg trying to go north. Alvernia's going to send him back down south for the winner. In goes Maurer. Maurer goes back to Peoples. Peoples goes into Maurer. Maurer cross. Nearly put on net. Ben Maurer. He's the native homegrown from Reading, PA. Peoples. Shot through the legs. And finally cleared by Harrisburg as they go north. Chip up to the air. 1 or 2 minutes left to go. Not 1, 2. Trying to work the puck now. And they lose it. Logan Buki with the speed. He chips it ahead. And he goes down. That is a blatant penalty if I ever saw it. And we're going to see someone else sit here. Number 19 will sit. Not listed as a number on Penn State's roster online, which is weird. We're dressing new numbers now, which I guess is fine, but with 1:43 left to go, Alvernia goes up a man again, but Logan Buki goes down again. And Penn State's penalty box looks pretty full. Let's go take an examination of what that looks like. Look at that penalty box. It is so full. Number 11 being sent back to the bench. And it's a double minor. Alvernia's going to get 2 chances here potentially to either tie it up only or take the lead. That goes back. Coach calls for a change really loudly, which I'm glad we all could hear his intentions to change. That one falls right to the stick of Brendan Fergus, who could call for no better pass. Over to Garcia. Garcia playing keep away. And that one's going to skid out. Alvernia forced to reset. 3.5 left to go here. 1:08 left in the period. Fergus chasing in. Garcia following suit. And around goes Pilpel to get it. Ryan Pilpel shot goes wide. Nathan Ciccarelli now. Ciccarelli settling the puck. Goes across, finds Pilpel. Pilpel shot up high. Deflects off the pads. Garcia again. And we're down to 43 seconds left. I'm sorry, I forgot to get the minute mark for y'all, but here we are. And the net comes loose as a Penn State player goes barreling into it. We hope he's okay. Blew out the engines on that one. To neutral area we go for a face-off. Right at the hash marks, they play them. Penn State Harrisburg stuck in their own zone there, and the ref jumps that one in time. Going around is John Bellantoni. John Bellantoni with the escape. Going north for Alvernia here. Through the legs, John Bellantoni. What a shot. What an incredible save, though. Point blank range he goes. Shot again. That one goes wide. Bellantoni has... Oh, the clock did start on time. The period's apparently over. Harrisburg. They can't get frustrated and they can't take their anger out like Harrisburg takes theirs. It's a costly way to play. And face-off to come. Chris Claycomb able to win that one. It's knocked loose by Penn State. Back to Reese Wilson. Reese Wilson quickly to Logan Buki. Buki goes around. He gets slashed along the hands there, but they're not going to call anything on that. It's too light. And a nice keep it by Ben Maurer. Maurer takes a shot in. Back to Chris Claycomb. Claycomb pressured to John Bellantoni. Bellantoni across. Shot. Nearly slotted in top shelf there. Logan Buki. Shot again. At the pads. It's Bloos. And he covers up. But Alvernia's right on top of this. A minute 43 left on the power play for Alvernia. 19:26 to go in the third and final period. Claycomb back to center. This time he wins it to Buki. Back to Bellantoni. Bellantoni shot! Rips that one right through, and another save for Harkins. And Harkins has been a superstar tonight. By all accounts. He has stayed in net, and he has stayed well in net. Bellantoni shot again! Oh! Shot again, shot, and they're all over this puck. It's Buki around to Wilson. Wilson gets this one all the way back. And a nice keep it by Maurer. Maurer to Wilson. Wilson keeps it in. Shot blocked in the traffic. Maurer around the boards to Buki. Buki has options to play, hemming in this defense. 1 minute to go on the power play, and Alvernia needs to cash in on this one. Bellantoni shot! He ripped it! John Bellantoni, 2 for 2, and an assist to add on top of that. And what do you know? The speed, the shot, the slapper, it all culminates in an Alvernia power play goal. 3-3 here. 1 minute exactly on that power play. Bells, your service is done for that shift. We're level. Brendan Fergus to center. Fergus. Ciccarelli tries to break through and stop Penn State from advancing north. Say it with a little bit more conviction, my dude. That goal was electric. Number 77 for Penn State. Tried for the shot. Goes wide. They're trying to keep an offense going here. The offense for Penn State attempting to hum around and stopped. That puck goes loose. It's a 2-on-1. Ciccarelli and Fergus. And oh, a nice stop there by Harrisburg. Conabeer receives the puck. He's trying to go in. They're not whistling this one offside. all accounts. Back to Penn State Harrisburg. Sadly, the puck will go. Juzwick's legs will stop that one and get it settled. Shot wide. Trying to link up with the man on the side. This puck rolls out. Penn State Harrisburg forced to send it right back in. And Alvernia all over them early. Dom Garcia and Nathan Ciccarelli. Ryan Pilpel follows them back, keeping a man off of him. Dom Garcia goes around. Watch your back, he says. I'm right behind you. That puck is still in this offensive zone. Keith Waldron trying to chase it down. It's in Penn State Harrisburg's possession as they look to go north. Harrisburg down the line. Send it right on in. A little bit premature, one may say, but Alvernia has been harassing them all over at the start of this period. Trying to get a shot off high. It was too high. Sparacchio trying to get that one out. Nothing coming of it. Back in it goes. As that skids around, there goes Sparacchio to Dom Garcia. Garcia and Waldron. Garcia entering first. Waldron an option. That one shot to the glove of Harkins, and he'll hold. It matters not, as we are now tied, thanks to a John Bellantoni slap shot. Ring it right past Harkins. And Mullen takes his face off. Was able to sneak it by, but not too good. Bellantoni settles this puck down. He's going to launch it right back in. Running back is Torrey. Torrey and Mullen. Peoples and Bellantoni are the only two in weight. It's a 3-on-2 now with Torrey joining back. Shot blocked by Lopez. And Torrey is free. And a tripping it will be as soon as Penn State Harrisburg touches up here. And that's a tripping call, sending them to the box. Alvernia goes back on the power play. Send out Claycomb, Buki, and Bellantoni. You know they've been good. A little less than 4 minutes gone by, or a little more than 4 minutes gone by here, I should say. No, it's 6:03, yeah, a little less. I'm sorry, this clock is throwing me off. Shot in the back of the net, Reese Wilson, and the arrow goes through. Your aim is exceptionally good. We all can tell that this kid is something special. And my God, whether it's commanding the defense or scoring those goals, Reese Wilson is reliable as can be. The lead belongs to the Golden Wolves for the second time in this contest. Buki trying to chase that puck down. Harrisburg trying to get through. Nobody home to help. Say it with conviction, my dude. That was a good goal. That one skids all the way back for an icing call. Face off to come. It's Chris Claycomb at the center dot. Claycomb not able to win it. Alvernia's got to play defense. Claycomb went down. Shot blocked in the traffic. Vaughn Winter is going to go and retrieve, and he chips it all the way out. This call should be another icing, and yes, they will call it. And the music choices tonight are really hitting with the fans, I hear. Claycomb trying to win that faceoff. Couldn't quite do it on that one, but a valiant effort nonetheless. Vaughn Winter, Maurer, that one's chipped out. Harrisburg going north, tried for something. Shot across the net, nothing home. Broken up, and that one's a leg pass to Buki. Couldn't quite get it, and oh, Harkins nearly lost it. Harkins nearly surrendered another potential goal. And from down 2 to up 1, Alvernia has looked dominant in this third so far. Only 5 minutes gone by, but appreciate the efforts. Does the away crowd that has joined us here today. Pilpel, shot! Shot again!
Good shot.
And held on to by Harkins. If you're just joining us for the action, you missed John Bellantoni rip one right past Harkins from the center point, right at the edge of the offensive zone. And then you just missed another spectacular Reese Wilson arrow to the back. Pilpel shot! Oh, so close, but able to get down just in time was Harkins. Along the boards goes Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli holding his own, around, out in front. That shot was waiting for anyone. Through the legs of number 93, kept out by Bellantoni there. Shot across, I think he was looking for Pilpel. Brian Pilpel, I think he took a trip down there. Harrisburg with an entrance. Shot! Lopez with the save! Great reflexes from him. Along the boards they stand. Out comes Garcia and Bellantoni. Penn State prepares for a shot. Out they come. Oh, and blocked the shot by Ciccarelli. And Harrisburg begins to look desperate on offense. They feel the pressure cooker. And the timer's going down on them. 13 and a half to go. Behind the net, Hayden Peoples to John Bellantoni. Bellantoni, quick play. Up ice to Sparaccio. Sparaccio gets that out. Sparaccio, though, gives Penn State the chance to change personnel. John Bellantoni popped it. Sparaccio has to play it down. Sparaccio's puck to play. Penn State Harrisburg, and I'm sorry if I have to do the camera, quickly taking that back. That shipped on through. Glove down by Hayden Peoples. Peoples being harassed all the way through. It doesn't matter. He's going to send it in. No icing. Penn State's going to have to play for this puck. Just past the 4 o'clock, or just past the 5 o'clock hour now. We stand 4-3 here. And I believe that's 12 and a half to go left in the third. Torrey has options to Denny. He takes the shot himself. Trickles off a player. Going back the other way is Penn State. Option to play. Shot off. Out in front. And oh, getting down just in time. Mark Torrey defends it well. Mullen to Denny. Denny shot. Denny nearly had his first. Torrey couldn't quite get to it. It's Juzwick's to play. Slowed up along the play. Conover made the stop there. And oh, some extracurriculars there. And all chaos breaks loose. And looks like they're going to hook Conover for something. And this is Penn State's specialty. Exchanging players in the penalty box. At the center dot is Chris Claycomb. Refs are going to have a deliberation. We're all set. As it will ensue a 4-on-4, I believe. Yes, 4-on-4 will go. And Alvernia has a game plan for this. And wait, they'll call off Claycomb, not Vaughn, Winter. And they'll call on John Bellantoni. Maurer, Buki, Bellantoni, and Wilson. This line has done the damage tonight, and they made Penn State pay in more ways than one. And they're going to call them to the outside now. Maurer to center. It's Paul Simon. No, I'm kidding. It's not Paul Simon. I recall his name. I got to call his last name again. Oh, my God. Either way, shot by Penn State goes off the backboards. Cleared out almost by Alvernia. Bellantoni back to make that effort. Maurer's going to help him out, and he's going to do the clearing himself. Buki pinned along the boards. Buki's making Harrisburg work for that puck. And Paul Smith was at the face-off dot, if you excuse my forgetfulness of his last name there. Out comes Buki. Buki gets that one past the Penn State defender. Not going to happen twice, they say. Shot, and it goes wide. A nice deflection off of Wilson to save that puck. 1 minute left on the 4-on-4 here. And 11 minutes left in the period. Shot. Glanced off the pads of Lopez. That one's cleared to Buki. They'll change. Alvernia calls on Hayden Peoples and Brian Pilple, as well as Phil Juzwick to do the job. The second power play kill unit / 4-on-4 man coverage for Alvernia does it. Shot! And that one nearly went in, but Lopez able to deflect that off the stick just perfectly enough that it didn't go in the back of the net. And that's incredible. Shot again. Oh, what a whiff. What a whiff. And the Alvernia crowd goes wild over that one. Phil Juzwick. Slap shot. Bounces off the pads. He's gunning it for the puck. Around the net it goes. Brian Pilple. Pilple shot. Try to glance it off the corner. Shot again. Oh. And they're trying to pile it on here. Shot blocked again. Lopez with the save. He stands tall. And we're just beyond 10 minutes now. Winning this face-off is Brian Pilple. Penn State quickly gets it, though. Penn State won it. Pilple goes back the other way. Brian Pilple, shot. It goes wide. Ciccarelli to Fergus. Fergus gets pinned off the puck. Fergus, back to Bellantoni. Bellantoni reps one. Oh! Closing down the pads just in time to shut him out. Going back the other way. Around the boards, Penn State trying to find 93. 93. I could find I-93 faster than that puck found number 93. And there you go. Not able to catch up to it, but they're going to get a clear and a change. And Alvernia's going to get some fresh personnel out there. Bellantoni, though, he's got the energy and the legs to continue. Shot. Oh, Lopez gets a stick down. Plays that puck off to the side. Bellantoni got into it there for a second with number 11. He was able to disengage, and that's good marks by him. You don't want to engage with Penn State Harrisburg here. They'll trade man-for-man coverage here. Or not man-for-man coverage. I'm thinking football. But they'll trade man-for-man here and send them to the box. 8.5 left to go. And that's gonna, no, they'll ignore the call. Bellatoni gets up and keeps going. Sparaccio goes around. It goes to Mullen. Mullen takes a shot. Shot again. It goes behind the net. He was playing from his knees on that one, though. And one's got to admire the effort. Back the other way. Harrisburg attempting to go north. Shot wide. Going to find number 21, the opposite of Maurer for Penn State Harrisburg. Back to the point. Shot. Lopez with the save. Setting up again. From pattern point to 21. Shot. Going wide. And a desperation beginning to build as we're down to 7.5 to go in this third period. Getting ready for another shot. Number 27. Settling. Shot. Oh, Lopez with another save. What an incredible one by him. Buki gets loose. Down goes Buki. Finds Mullen and just offside on that one. You hate to see it, but my Lord, the effort. 7:18 left to play. And a clearance by Alvernia off the faceoff into the Harrisburg Lions zone. There goes Reese Wilson. Wilson out to Conover. Conover sends that one in. Penn State's going to collect it and try to go north on this. Going back is Reese Wilson. And the push north ends for Penn State Harrisburg. It was going to start for Alvernia until Logan Buki got intercepted off a pass. Ben Maurer chips that one along, trying to collect his own pass to himself. Maurer's loose. Maurer has option shot, trying to link across to Pilpel. Or sorry, Buki, not Pilpel. Buki. Claycomb is there. Claycomb finds Conover. Conover breaks in. And Conover was able to stay on him and gets the pressure to get Nate Ciccarelli the puck. Ciccarelli's going to skate it. Ciccarelli hunting number 12. Fergie on number 15 as well. And Alvernia's got Penn State's defensive number. Shot off of Lopez's pads. Another great A save. Shot again. And that's out. And Penn State's starting to get chippy. An icing call, but the desperation is there for Penn State. As the time reads 5:44. Out comes Fergus. Fergus across to Pilpel. Pilpel loses the puck in traffic. Or off his feet, I should say, not in traffic. That goes wide. 57 for Penn State. Harrisburg got hauled down in the net. Oh! Lopez with the incredible save. I can't believe it. He robbed him. An incredible save out front from Lopez. And he robs Blake Hansen blind. Blake Hansen already had a goal tonight, I believe. And Blake Hansen just stopped by Lopez, robbed blind. Chill on the boards, finds Jimmy Sparaccio. Harrisburg trying to go north. Shot! Oh, that's off Lopez's pads. Collected by Phil Juzwick. Juzwick looking for options. His play is to get out of zone. Harrisburg coming back north again, trying to find an open man. Nobody across. Trying to set up for a shot. Oh, deflected into traffic. It's blocked. Up and high. Down, though, is Juzwick. Juzwick's going to haul himself off the ice. Alvernia has to create some pressure as Bellantoni comes out in reinforcement, I should say. Let's see. Oh, and Blayton out in the middle of the ice. His arm is up, and number 9, he's going to be called off the ice. Say goodbye and good night. Goodbye and good night to Carter Lindsay. There's only 4 minutes left at this point. And boy, is Book getting under their skin because they are going all out after him. We'll come back once we get Book checked out and everything. And Book is able to stand up, not without a little bit of assistance from Coach Borelli. He skates off on his own accord, and that's a good sign. Logan Buki, folks, the tank and Alvernia's all-time leading goal and point scorer. And they decide the fate of number 90 now. They're going to call him only for 2 minutes. And I'm assuming that many will not be happy with that call. A little bit too light, one might say. But the rest deliberation is absolute, and they saw something that I probably did not. Face-off one by Alvernia. Pilp will try to take a shot. That skids out. And it's a clock game at this point. Alvernia on the power play, which is going to really hamper Penn State Harrisburg's ability here. And Sparaccio loses his stick. He wants to call for something there. Pilpel was hauled down as well. Carson Lopez comes out, and the self-destruction begins. Penn State Harrisburg, this is highly irregular of them. And oh! And oh! More calls to come. More calls to come as 98 gets hauled off. Three and a half left to go. And that clock is really getting under their skin right now. Sparaccio able to get off. And Penn State just has no response other than to be absolute goons on the ice. And the rest are... Sorry, Sal, I'm assuming it would be a 5-on-3. We'll see what happens. And here we go. 5-on-3 for Alvernia. They send number 43 to sit. Say goodbye to Carter Lindsay, Andrew Zabalski, and Justin Uthers. Say goodbye to a multitude of players as that face-off gets stuck. Alvernia trying to win it and getting tangled up there. They're trying to get that puck loose, though. This clock ticking down very quickly, and Penn State desperately trying to get that puck loose to go north. They can't. It goes back to Bellantoni. Bellantoni over to Buki. Shot by Bellantoni. Oh, just wide. And you have to think that just almost hit the post. Buki to center. Waiting. Hunting. Finds Bellantoni. Bellantoni shot. Back in the net. And a water barrel pump. Bellantoni. 2 for 2. And Clayco with the dead fish. I love it. I love it all. John Bellantoni. Money, money, money. Must be funny. With that in mind, John Bellantoni is now 2 points from 50 in his career. And John Bellantoni is something otherworldly of a defenseman. Chris Claycomb is definitely going to get an assist on this one and push him ever closer to the mark of 110. Actually, probably already reached the mark of 110 tonight. An electric night for Alvernia and a 2-goal lead now with the power play still looming for them. And the pressure mounts on Harrisburg to get something done in 3 minutes. 2:55 to go. Bellantoni goes to the bench quick. By the way, can we just say that Bellantoni popped the goalie's water bottle top shelf? I mean, that deserves some sort of clipping and recognition. As the refs begin to sort out, I believe, who scored, I'm assuming. They're trying to get their deliberations. There's a man right there who's been on a tirade tonight, Logan Buki. John Bellantoni with 2 goals. And not something unusual for him in this clubhouse. In fact, John Bellantoni had a nice goal here back in 23-24. And the cheeky smiles come on as, with only 2:55 left to go, this clock slowly boils as Penn State Harrisburg begins to feel the squeeze. The refs seem to be talking something over with the Penn State staff, probably sorting out penalties since they sent so many men to the box at once. Either way, let's go take a look down across the ice at John Bellantoni. There he is with Carson Lopez. He's been a legend tonight. Something only heard of in Miss is this absolutely speedy defender.
I got things to do.
And the refs finally deliberate and sort things out, it seems, as they quick have to tell it to a Penn State Harrisburg player. He's not happy. And 98 goes back to the box. Like we said before, Uthers was sitting. And 43, I believe, nope, does not join them. He's in the bench area. It's hard to tell. They don't have the glass to designate the difference, but I'll be interested. Oh, another penalty added to the board. And another 5-on-3 for Alvernia, and that's what they were trying to sort out. Does Alvernia get a 5-on-3 here? And at this rate, it looks like Penn State won't have a chance to even try to pull the net, as they'll be on the penalty. With conviction, my brother. He has 2 today. Maurer. Across to Buki. Buki trying to find Bellatoni for the hat trick. Into Buki. Bellatoni collects. Bellatoni shot. Oh, it glances off the post. Buki at center. He has options. Ready was Maurer. Maurer's going to elect to try to find an option. Buki chips it. He has to go back. Bellatoni at center. Rips it. Oh, and Bellatoni. The hats go flying. John Bellatoni has a hat trick. From center point, he shoots. He scores. Bang, bang, all day. And he deserves 3 pucks tonight. John Bellatoni is definitely going to be the first star of this game. I don't know how you beat the hat trick. Bellatoni, all of his goals tonight have been on the power play, I believe. At least 2 of the 3 that I've counted have been, I believe the third and first one was also on the extra man play. And the refs are going to quickly have them reset this clock. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left to go. And it should say 6-3. A little bit of a delay right now to put it on the board, but I know I have someone at home who's definitely taking stats right now and knows 6-3 is an awesome score. And that John Bellatoni has a hat trick. And Penn State's calling a timeout. Well, Penn State's calling a timeout here. Should the score stand, Alvernia will advance to 2-0, but more importantly, their goal differential will expand to a +10. Landon Sands is out now to take the face-off. We haven't seen this yet, or as much, I should say. We haven't seen him at center after a goal. Brandon Fergus loses the puck on that. John Bellatoni wants a 4th. He wants a 5th, he wants a 6th, he wants to keep going. He will not slow down. I love to see the reactions in the Bellatoni house after that electric 3-goal performance. Trying to wrap it around to Pilpel. Pilpel trying to find Fergus, doesn't. Harrisburg will go north. The Lions trying to push for a goal here. Caught off guard, and leveled by Bellatoni. There's a penalty. Minute 30 left to go. And Bellatoni's padding his stats with the complete level of a player. Wise to take a penalty, but with a puck and a half left to go, anything is possible. This face-off is won by Alvernia. Quickly taken by Penn State. Nice save, though, by Carson Lopez. That goes back the other way. Collected by Harkins. Sorry, he left it. He left it behind for 77. Almost down to a puck left. Shot! Oh, and it's Skittles right off his shoulder pad, and he gets the save on that one. Sparaccio. Rob from behind, but there's 1 minute left to go. Coming in for a shot. No! He gets down and gloves it. 50 seconds left. And now the clock can really be felt by Penn State. That goes all the way back. The Wolves are going to kill some time here. 40 seconds to go. Half a minute we're down to, and this clock is just ticking. Clear it again. Within the 20-second range almost. And the Wolves came into the Lions' Den tonight and exit no Lions shawl. The only thing left are the Wolves. The pack came to hunt, and they hunted hard. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Penn State. Harrisburg. Lions, you're gone. See you later. And from wherever you're watching, enjoy John Bellantoni's hat trick, Carson Lopez's shout-out stand-up performance, and all the amazing highlights from tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, folks. The Lions are gone.